A good day to everyone. This is the pantomime presentation of the grade 11 gas chemistry A entitled Orpheus and Eurydice, a myth. There has only been one mortal who skilled playing the lyre compared to the skilled of other music, golden Apollo. And that mortal's name was Orpheus. When he played, the birds would swoop down from the heavens and sit on the branches above his head. When he played, the animals of the field would gather around him, their heads cocked to one side. Now Orpheus had fallen in love with a woman called Eurydice. There was a wedding, a magnificent wedding.
Pero kami, this is a wedding. Now we can use that one as our.
But all through the wedding ceremony, the candles and the lamps in the temple gave off an oily black smoke, so that the guests coughed and choked. Even the priests had to wipe tears from their eyes. They looked at one another and shook their heads. This is a bad omen. Such things should never happen at a wedding. And the priests were right. The very next morning, Eurydice woke up early. She climbed out of the bed where Orpheus was still deep asleep. She pulled on her clothes and went out walking. The dawn was breaking. A snake that was coiled up on the rock woke up. It slid through the grass just as Eurydice was walking barefoot across the meadow. Their paths crossed. It sank its fangs into her ankle. Its poison coursed through her veins. With a cry, she fell to the ground. When Orpheus found her, she was lying dead and cold. He lifted her in his arms. He carried her home, his face wet with tears. A funeral was held for Eurydice. People wept. When the funeral was finished, when the fire had burned and the heart of the fire's heart had consumed the house of gold, Orpheus picked up his lyre and set out on a great journey. He traveled over land and sea until he came to a dark cave. He made his way through tunnels that would to the left and right. He delved into darkness. At last, he came to the edge of an oily black river, the river of forgetfulness. On the far side of it, you could see the shadowy hills of the country he was seeking. He was looking across towards the land of the dead. Orpheus stared over the water with only the thought of Eurydice in his mind. How could his lovely bride be there, in that strange, dark place? Suddenly, there came the sound of growling, then a hard barking. Out of the shadows, the great three-headed monster heroes who guard the riverbank laughed at Orpheus, his lips curled from steel. Orpheus lifted his lyre to his shoulder and began playing, and such is the beauty of his music that the monster's dog stopped in his tracks, wagged his tail, closed his 6 red eyes, rolled to his back and howled with his 3 heads. The beauty of the music folded out across the water and reached the ears of the ferryman. He pulled his boat towards the south. Orpheus never stopped playing his lyre. He stepped from the bank into the boat and the ancient ferryman pulled him away from the land and pulled his boat across the river. When they reached the far side, Orpheus still played, jumped the boat and walked into the shadows. Soon there was a whispering around him, a rustling, a shuffling like the sound of the wind blowing through dead leaves. The dead were gathering. They were following him. They were enchanted by his music. It made them weep for sorrows we could not remember anymore. It made them laugh for joys that were forgotten. The dead have lost all memory of their lives. They are drifting ghosts of whispering ghosts. On and on Orpheus walked, surrounded by the dead, and then he saw a palace room out of the shadows. As he approached it, the dead fell back. found that he was walking alone. He was approaching the dwelling place of their king. He made his way between black gates. He climbed steps of black stone. A doorway of black ebony swung open before him. He entered the hall. At the far end of it, there were two thrones. On one sat the king of terrors, Hades himself. His eyes as deep as open graves. His black beard spread across his belly. Beside Hades sat his wife, dimpled herself. She was like a moon shining in the dark sky, like a mistletoe berry in the depth of winter. Orpheus, the flame desire, walked up to the throne. He stood before the god and goddess. He looked into their faces and then began to sing. We mortals are restless, and the gods show no care of open sorrow in the factory of our lives. Even the sparrow on the branch, even the wren and the willow knows more of sorrow than the thundering gods, who have never felt the cold hand of death closing around their hearts. But you mighty gods, you have known the sweet pains of love. You have felt Aphrodite's shining shaft, great Hades. Imagine those summer months when Persephone is gone, lasting forever. Imagine, if you can, her pale face crumbling into dust. That is how it is for mortal men. Great Hades, I beg you, give me back my Eurydice. There was a silence. Then Persephone turned to Hades, her face streaming with silver tears, and Hades turned to his wife. One oily black tear trickled down his cheek and splashed into his beard. He drew breath and spoke. Fetch me the three fates. The three ancient sisters were brought before him. The first is prince of the thread of life, the second who measures its length, and the third who cuts it. Hades looked at the wrinkled, leathery face of the third sister. Find the cut thread of Eurydice's life and mend it. The third sister bowed before the god. Hades turned to Orpheus. Now go, leave my palace, leave my Rhea, and she will follow you. But do not look behind you. Do not look over your shoulder until the light of the sun shines full in your face. Orpheus bowed. He turned on his heel and left the palace. Chiron, the ferryman, was waiting for him. He climbed into the boat. As he sat down, he felt it tremble, as if someone had climbed in behind him. He kept his eyes fixed on the far shore. When they reached the riverbank, he stepped out of the boat, and behind him he could hear footsteps, soft footsteps following him. But as Eurydice was following Orpheus, she caught her foot on a stone. She tripped and she fell. Orpheus heard her stumble, and without thinking, he turned to catch her in his arms. He tried to break her fall, and for a single moment, he saw her face, pale beneath the silver stars, and then his arms closed around empty air, and she was gone. In the land of many guests, the third fate cut the thread of Eurydice's life for the second time, and this time, there would be no mending. Orpheus turned. He ran back into the cave. He journeyed down into darkness until he came to the edge of the oily black water. He shouted her name, and there was no answer. Then the three-headed dog Cerberus came, growling and snarling and snapping at his ankles. And Chiron, the ancient ferryman, cursed him and spat at him. And Orpheus knew that there could be no return to the land of the dead. So he made his way back to the little girl and he devoted himself to his music, which was more beautiful than ever, woven through with a silver thread of sorrow. And Orpheus never saw Eurydice again. Never. Let me introduce to you the characters. Orpheus, here is Althea. Eurydice, Abigail Sonia. Hades, Admar Magalay. The three ancient sisters, Richelyn Bayawan, Kate Abigail Pia, and Julie Safira Litania. The three-headed dog Cerberus, Ariel Wright Bohol, Giancarlo Castro, and Christian Omblero. The ferryman, we have Jallo Pugoy. The priest, Marlino Cabalida. The snake, Casey Agustin. And we have the propsman, Rita Pasigna, Jean Rose La Chica, Aaron Bello